Hello, welcome back to Budget with Chloe. Let's take a look at my spending for May. Okay, so to start, I have left in my payroll deductions just so that we can see and acknowledge how much of my gross income goes towards these things. I, again, think this will be much more meaningful to look at the end of the year. However, on a month-to-month basis, it does make me feel a little bit better about my spending that comes from my net income when looking at this, because as you can see, the second highest outgoing is income tax, and the fourth highest is my pension contributions, sixth is CPP. So, these things that come out of the work or the money that I work to earn gets taken out before I even see it. So again, that's, why I chose to start looking at my gross income when it comes to my reports and stuff in YNAB. But when it comes to looking at the things that I can control, obviously it doesn't help too much. So we will go ahead and get rid of this category group here and just unselect it. And then that will leave us with all of the things that I actually did this month. So a lot of it is going to look the same month over month. Of course, the mortgage comes in 30% at the top, $1,508.07. This has been dropping slightly in the last couple of months since the last rate cut, since I do have a variable rate mortgage. I believe the Bank of Canada has a meeting sometime this week, which people are speculating they might announce another rate cut. Either way, I'm kind of happy and okay with where my mortgage is right now, since the rates have come down in the last couple of years. Groceries, 10% was my second highest category this month, and I'm a little surprised, but not really. I mean, $500 feels like a lot. Last month I spent $433, but as you can see, there was a lot more dining out, so that's probably not a good example. The month before I went on vacation, February, $345. So it does feel like that. Oh, January, $500, which is also the month I was doing a low buy challenge, which makes sense that I probably chose to purchase things to offset the, not being able to spend in other categories. So that was the last time I spent that much in groceries. I don't know, this month, I think I went to the liquor store a couple of times and probably had to restock coffee pods. I think, yeah, it just it is what it is. I'm not watching it too closely, so it's kind of hard to explain it away, but it's one of those things. It's something I could bring down if I was looking to really tighten the reins, but for now, I am okay with where it's at. Entertainment, if you watched my Budget With Me video, this is the 3 final payments for a Klarna purchase that I made last month. I went to a hockey game and I put the tickets on Klarna because I just didn't want to see the credit card purchase, which is a silly little thing to do, but I received my holiday pay for working a holiday in April on one of my paychecks, so I just went in and paid the last payment early. I think it was supposed to come out this Friday, but I just wanted it over with, so that is why entertainment was so high this month. I also went to see a movie with my family and my boyfriend, but that was like $25 or something, so not too bad other than the ticket, but again, I'm going to make like a big ticket purchase category for entertainment when I move in with my boyfriend, because I think that'll make it easier to save for concerts and other bigger items while still having my monthly entertainment money that I can use. So my fourth category is a travel category. Next month, I'm going away with my boyfriend, and we finally pulled the trigger and started booking stuff, which is very late, but I mean, we were still kind of figuring out what we wanted to do. So a couple of the one night hotels we just paid for up front, with 2 longer stay hotels we have on where we're going to pay once we check out. So this was my half, because I do have a travel reimbursement category that I flow the repayment back into, so that will not appear on this list. My half came to $310, and that's for 3 nights, I think. It's 3 different hotel locations for 1 night each. So not bad, or I guess that's half. Yeah, okay, so kind of bad, but I think, it's just things have gotten more expensive, and travel is a privilege, so I kind of don't worry too much about that. But I do need to look at putting more money aside this month and next month, obviously, to go towards travel, but we'll talk about that later. My 5th highest category is dining out at 6%. I spent $295, and yeah, my target is $100. Before I had a target, when I didn't have a lot of disposable income, I would just spend and then cover it. This has always been one of those things where I just can't accept being YNAB broke. That's kind of the one. I mean, there's a few categories, but dining out is one where it's like I feel that I make too much money to not be able to go and have dinner with a friend when they ask. And I know that sounds kind of silly. It sounds very privileged. And a lot of the time it's with my boyfriend. And in the past, he would kind of just offer to pay. And then when he started getting serious about his money and started using YNAB, then we went to more of like a split check thing, which is totally fine. But it has been hard to kind of kick the habit of still going out, right? So now it's just been me kind of paying for my half, but I haven't been able to kind of say no. And now that, my team's in the NHL, the Stanley Cup Finals, it's like you kind of want to go out and celebrate these things. So I've been planning for what my budget's going to look like when I move in with my boyfriend, and I have a lot of lofty savings goals. And so to make that happen, my dining out, I've been planning to make $200 each month, which is double what the target is now. But as you can see, like clearly that's just not realistic. So I'm not sure. I might have to revisit that and like be honest with myself. I mean, I'm gonna have to, if dining out is a priority for me, then I'm just going to have to make it work alongside my other goals. So $295. I don't remember any super memorable. I know we went out for Mother's Day with my family. We went to that movie, like I said, and I got like the fishbowl drink because we have a movie theater where you can drink alcohol in the theater. So these like crazy fishbowl drinks are just insane. I think it was like $20. It tasted really good, but yeah. Okay, so 6, 7, and 8 are all household things I can't really change. We have property tax, which is going up next month to just over $300. I have adjusted that target, and that will affect this month because I am going to be putting that money in at the end of this month to pay for that on July 1st. So that is increasing. Utilities are starting to drop after the winter. I'm not sure if I've seen a bill with my AC usage on yet. It might stay kind of in this $230 range. I'm not too sure, but I will keep an eye on that. Condo fees are the same for now. This is money that I sent to my parents. Miscellaneous gifts was high this month. It was Mother's Day, and my best friend purchased a house and moved in. So we did take my mom out for brunch, and then we bought her a gift, and I bought my friend some gifts for her new home. So that is why that was a little bit higher. My car insurance is the same. Actually, that should renew next month too. So I wonder if we have the new quote yet. I should take a look into that. Gas was a little bit lower this month. I'm not too sure why. I think prices are a bit lower and maybe I didn't go out as much. My Peloton is the same every month. This is a payment plan for the bike, which when I sell my house, I'm just going to pay off the remainder of that 0% interest payment plan because I'm not hoping, I just will. When I sell my house, I'm going to be completely debt-free for the time being until my partner and I get married, and then, his house would also get put in my name and I would take on, half the responsibility for the mortgage. But for a time, I will be completely debt-free, and that's going to be really cool. And yeah, so then my Peloton payment will just be the monthly membership to use the bike or to use the software on the bike, and that's around $50. So that will drop. Collectibles and books. I did buy a book this month, and then I bought 2 Record Store Day records that I wasn't able to get in April, but they ended up coming to a couple of stores in my area in May. So I got the Gracie Abrams. I could just show you guys 1 second. I'm back. Okay, so I got Gracie Abrams' Secret of Us live from Radio City Music Hall, which is super exciting. I know there's a typo on the back. I think song number 9 is actually supposed to be, oh, you can't even see it anyways, but it's supposed to be That's So True, and they have it down as Full Machine. So that's fun. I think it's just black. Black vinyl. Yeah. So that's super exciting. And I actually haven't listened to it yet, but I'm excited to. And then I got the Charlie XCX featuring Billie Eilish Guess. It's a small one. I haven't taken it out. They sealed it with like a sticker, and I like to preserve the stickers. So I have to figure out how to open it without probably just a knife to the top. But I have to open that one so that I can listen to it. I go through waves of wanting to listen to music, so I've currently been off the wave, and I feel like I'm starting to get it back. So I'll probably pop those on sometime soon, but that is what I bought for Collectibles this month. Home Sweet Home, I purchased half of a new closet system that we installed in my boyfriend's house while we were painting that area. So we ripped out the old, there was like a shelf and a bar, and we put in an IKEA, I forget the name of it, but it has shelves in the middle and then poles on the side for hanging up your coats. So I'm happy about that. And I had to renew my driver's license because it expires on my birthday and we will be away on my birthday. So I realized that and realized that it's going to take a hot minute to get mailed. So I renewed it like over a month and a half early, but I'm hoping that it comes on time because I need that to drive a car. And also it's photo ID. But now I think because I think I should just move on to more of a, especially when I sell my house, just like a fees category. So I'm not having to worry about all these little, I mean, it's fun to like set all the targets for this is due on this. For some reason, when I was doing that, I combined my license and registration, probably because my license is only every 5 years. So it would be like a tiny amount of money to put aside every month. I mean, my passport renewal is on there. Anyways. So I have those together, which makes it hard to calculate because the registration is around $95 and comes out once a year. and the license renewal is every 5 years. So I did my best to calculate what I would need to put aside, but after paying this and doing the math, I've realized I'm not going to have the right amount of money for my registration renewal in September, but I have decided to not worry about that until I sell my house. Unless I don't sell my house. Oh, I forgot to say, I'm selling my house for sure. I met with a realtor. We're putting it on the market next month. And I'm excited. And yeah, so I have a lot of work to do this month. I need to start packing stuff. I need to get it ready for photos. And yeah, it's exciting, but I'm nervous. Yeah. So I'm going to worry about the registration later on, and I will have more money to just cash flow it, and it'll be fine. My internet and TV bill went up because I signed the contract 2 years ago, and some of my credits ended. See, I was worried that if I didn't sign into a new 2-year agreement, which I can't because then I'd have to pay cancel fees to break it when I move out, that the month-to-month was going to be obscenely expensive, but I got my next bill. The only thing is I think only some of my credits have expired, and some of them expire on June 10th. So my next bill could be wacky. So I need to look out for that. But honestly, it might just be cheaper to pay a couple of wacky bills than to... I mean, I could cancel my TV service, but if I sign a new 2-year contract, I will have to cancel and pay, I think it's $15 for every remaining month, which if I'm like 2 months in is 10 months. Wait, maybe that's not that bad. No, I can't do math. That's 22 months. Never mind. It's bad. Okay. My phone bill. What was I reading? Now I can't remember. Was it Public or I was being advertised to on Reddit, and it was for a company that was doing a special that's like $35 for Canada, US, and Mexico. No, maybe Canada and US. You share your data. So when you go to the US, you can use your data and it's not roaming. And like unlimited calls and texts and then like 1,000 international minutes. And it was only $35 and it was 60 gigs. So I'm like, that sounds cool. And they're owned because like all of the little cell places that pop up are usually owned by one of the bigger ones. So I think they were owned by Bell, and then they use the Bell towers. So, you're still getting good service. I'm just really bad at pulling the trigger on things like that. It feels like so big and scary to transfer services and make sure that the other one is canceled and all that. But yeah. Oh my God. My most frequent category was dining out. That cannot be correct. Is that counting inflows? I feel like that's counting inflows too. No, yeah, I think it is because when you click on these, it shows you the inflows. So with my boyfriend, when I dine out, I don't like to log it to reimbursements because then it trips me up because I mostly just use reimbursements for my brother who lives with me and what he pays me. So every time we went and dined out together and I paid, I inflowed that back in. So basically every time we went out, it's like 2 transactions. So, I mean, that still looks kind of bad, but okay, toiletries and household goods, about what the target is, so works out to be about average. Moving expenses, I bought some tape to pack boxes with. Beauty, I don't even remember what I spent for $11.54. Press-on nails. Work activities, I probably bought Timbits for the crew. And then Spotify is my lowest, probably always. So yeah, for the month of June, my priorities are going to be travel. So for anything, once I've filled my targets, I believe my first paycheck in July is July 2nd. So I don't need to worry too much about going into next month because I'll get my first paycheck. But anything over filling my targets for June. I will focus on travel and home sweet home because we're still kind of doing some stuff to fix up my boyfriend's house for me to move in. And then probably moving expenses in that order, I would say. And I'm still waiting on the referral bonus check from referring my friend to the house builder that she built with. So that's supposed to be $1,000. She thinks it's coming as a check in the mail. I'm not sure how soon to start bothering the company. But that will help because I'm just going to put like all of that towards travel. I do have a target set here. I was just doing some rough math. So I think with that $1,000, with the $1,000 and then using my second paycheck of July to hopefully go all towards travel, I think I'd be $500 behind. So if I have extra money this month, that is where it's going to go. This is all rough. I mean, the hotel is pretty accurate depending on the exchange rate. Gas might be a little bit high because this is my half. Food, I think I'm looking at like just under $100 a day, and then activities and things would be the same. So it might be a little bit less than that, but I also don't like to limit myself. So that is going to be my priorities. No set goals, like structured goals, really. That's something I'm looking forward to when I move in with my boyfriend, is just being able to have more. Like, I love watching everybody's little, like, monthly and annual goal videos, and, I mean, I know I could do that now, but it just feels more realistic to do it when my life is kind of settled. Like, if I'm setting any kind of goals now, that's why I kind of deleted the targets on some of these sinking funds. Like, it felt really silly to be putting $5 aside for vehicle replacement when I know when I sell my house, I'm going to put, like, a few $1,000s in that category to get it started. So I kind of abandoned some of these and I'm focusing on just things that, moving expenses is going to happen in the next couple of months. Home maintenance always happens. And technology, that one I kind of just want to keep putting aside in case something happens. But like a lot of financial goals, I can really start setting when I move in with my boyfriend and have that money to be able to set goals. And it's going to feel really good. And I think I'm going to be a lot less stressed out about money, and just feel like I can breathe a little bit better. So I'm glad things are kind of in motion, and it's scary, but it's exciting. I think, is it Caroline Winkler? I think that's her name. She posted about moving in with her fiance, and it was something along the same lines about being, like nervous but excited, and I thought that was a good time for that to pop up on my feed. So anyways, rambling. That was May. This is June. And I'm excited to brain. What is going on? Goodbye, everybody. Have a good week. I'll see you for budgeting in 2 days. All right, let's get it. Bye.